In a town where everyone knows kung fu, one woman, and a cop, and a psychiatrist, and 3 random Asian dudes must fight through the clues to a mulleted maniac with mommy issues. This is Undefeatable on Stinker Madness.
Stinker Madness. Stinker Madness. Stinker Madness. We got the Stinker Madness.
Hello, welcome to Stinker Madness. I am Justin. I've got Sam and Jackie here with me.
Hello.
Hi. You guys?
Fine.
Good. How did the Undefeatable treat you?
That was so awesome.
Yeah? You liked it, huh?
I did.
I'm kind of surprised that you liked it. It's a kung fu movie.
I know, but it was so ridiculous. How could you not love that movie?
It wasn't in space, so that helps.
Yeah. Space and kung fu would have been the kibosh for Jackie.
I'm going to look up a space kung fu movie and make that my next pick.
Yeah. That's a good idea.
No. It's a terrible idea.
I like it. I would be curious to know what that movie is. This might as well have been in space, though, because it's fucking ridiculous.
Well, I think that I have a feeling that the Jupiter Ascending is going to have a lot of kung fu in it.
You think?
I don't know, they seem to be, the Wachowskis seem to be fixated on that sort of thing, because The Matrix is basically a bunch of kung fu nonsense.
Right. But what about, like, Cloud Atlas and...
They got into there was some battle business that happened in Cloud Atlas. I can't remember if there was actually kung fu.
You just can't remember Cloud Atlas.
Well, there's so much that happens in that, 12-hour period when you watch Cloud Atlas that you forget some of it.
You age 6 years?
Yeah. It wasn't near as bad as everyone said.
No.
Everyone said it was like getting a 10 times, like someone sets a car on you and then walks off. or like somebody poops into the car and then walks off after they set it on top of you. So you've got a car with poop in it set on top of you. But it was really just kind of dumb.
Maybe we could get the Wachowski brothers to direct Undefeated too.
I believe they're the Wachowski siblings now.
Oh yeah, that's right. The Wachowskis.
Yeah, they're just the Wachowskis.
Yeah. Ms. and Mr. Wachowski. Yeah, hopefully they could get their hands on working on Undefeatable 2. Because there needs to be an Undefeatable 2. Like, There's no reason why Stingray couldn't come back. Sure, he appears to be dead at the end of this.
Well,
he is Stingray.
Well, he's not really dead. He's just definitely blind.
He
had all those extra eyeballs.
Exactly. There's no reason why there couldn't be an Undefeatable 2.
That would be a good way for that movie to, like, if we should have made sure that there wasn't a post-credit sequence. That's our fault.
Oh, no shit, huh?
At the end of the credits, you could have seen him like, this is why I put all these eyeballs in the aquarium, because I knew.
Yeah, he jumps out of the tank, or the water tank, a la Frank Langella at the end of Masters of the Universe. I'm gonna be back, or whatever the hell he said. Wait for the sequel!
That never happens.
Yeah, that never happens. Yeah, Undefeatable 2, or Undefeatable. Pretty crazy.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
Pretty crazy movie. It's not what I expected. I was thinking we were going to get more along the lines of Mega Force, but it didn't quite go Mega Force ridiculous.
It had that probably 20-minute sequence in the middle where just sort of nothing happened.
Yeah. I mean, stupid things. A lot of stupid things happened, but nothing like... Awesome. Just some stupid connections are made by the characters, I guess. Well, I guess we'll get all into that.
Yeah, it dried up. It would have been... If it would have maintained the breakneck speed that it started out at, it definitely
starts out
would have
hot.
been...
It starts out real hot. It ends hot.
Yeah. It does end hot. I was a little disappointed because after I read that the ending was so ridiculous, I was a little underwhelmed by the ending.
Yeah, I was as well. Considering that
is the thing of this movie.
That is the thing of this movie, is the end fight scene. I thought it was not the buzz. I don't see where the buzz was created because of that fight scene. I thought that there was crazier fight scenes. We'll get into that as well. Jackie, do you have any comments before we start talking about the whole thing?
I just want to say that review that you read on the 0.5 episode, totally right.
Yeah.
Don Neum's hair.
Don Neum, yeah.
Yeah, his hair was just so out of control. And when he painted the racing stripes, it was like, yeah.
That was fucking amazing.
That was so dumb. What?
Yeah, it just added to his hair coolness. And I was like, yes, you're right.
at that point, it's set up that actually, I don't even know if I want Undefeatable 2. I want, because both characters were killed, I want him to be resurrected.
Wait, what both characters?
Because I'll get to that.
Okay.
I want him to be resurrected, and I want the skunk hair lady from Rotor to be resurrected.
Sure, right.
The scientist wrestler person. And I want them to fight each other.
That would be amazing.
Yeah.
That would be seriously amazing.
Maybe that's what we should do, is we should write a script where we just resurrect all of the dumb characters that shouldn't have been killed.
And call it Undefeatable Hair.
Or anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you mean like an Expendable style movie where everybody that dies that we think is awesome all ends up in one movie.
Yeah.
On, like, a team. And there should be 2 teams and they should battle each other.
Yeah, which will never happen.
Called Contest of Champions.
We watched, Avenging Force. And, Steve James died in the movie. He would have to be, like, the team leader, but he died in real life, so we can't. Yeah, it's out. Fucking out. Yeah. Scrap it.
Alright, well, that's too bad. Undefeatable. So the movie basically is about a guy, Stingray,
okay, wait.
Paul, who is a boxer, I think.
He's a deathmatch fighter.
Yeah, a tournament fighting guy, but they wear boxing gloves.
Yes, even though they kill each other. With elbow attacks in the back. It looks like it's kickboxing, but it's deathmatch.
Yeah.
It's very, there's a ring. I don't remember, did you see a official in the ring?
No, I did not.
So they have a ring, they have the kickboxing pants, they've got the boxing gloves.
They got their sweet hair.
Sweet hair.
It's basically Balrog from Street Fighter versus Balrog from Street Fighter inside of a ring.
With pants.
With pants.
Shiny pants.
Yeah, shiny pants. So he gets a taste of blood.
He was licking everybody's blood throughout this movie. I'm like, dude, you're gonna get the AIDS.
You're gonna get the AIDS.
The AIDS, yes. He likes to kill. He realizes that because of deathmatch, he enjoys killing so much that he loses it a little bit. We never see what he's like before, but according to Anna, he used to be quite the nice guy. Their romance was wonderful and they were happy together. But then he started killing people in the ring, and now he's a maniac.
There was the flashback sequence with his mom.
Oh, yeah.
Well, with his mom's voice. We do see him, though. We know that before he was a deathmatch fighter, he was a boy who sat on a stump. That is all we know.
And his mom left him in the dust.
Going somewhere.
Yeah, mom left him in the dust because the guy didn't want to raise the kid.
She was going to buy a pack of smokes and never came back.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, Anna's had enough. She just can't deal with it anymore, and so she's talking to her shrink about Paul and about how crazy he is and what a maniac he is now, and she's thinking about leaving him. Which turns out was a pretty good idea, I guess. I don't know.
Actually, that's a question I'll have for later. Keep going.
Yeah, save your questions. I've got some good ones here. Yeah. We also get introduced to Cynthia Rothrock.
Oh my god.
Name is Christy in this film.
Chuck Norris should have beat the hell out of her.
I think yes. I think you're absolutely right. Am I the only one that thinks that she bears an striking resemblance to Chuck Norris? A lady Chuck?
No, not really.
She's got the red hair.
That's it.
And the square face that's kind of thin. I don't know.
She has a weird nose.
Slap a beard on her and I think she looks like Chuck.
I don't know if she has a weird nose. She has a very distinct nose.
I think they could be related.
I don't know.
I just kind of felt like they just threw her in there for nothing. I was just like,
I think they threw her in there because she had a rep and she was probably cheap. And they needed a lady. I guess. Did they need a lady? I don't know. Maybe.
I don't know. But she was part of a Chinese gang.
Yes.
And I'm like, wait a second. You're like a fucking... No. You're a ginger.
I like to call them the Anyway gang. Because the Asian guys just keep saying anyways. It's my turn to say anyways. They even get in a fight over whose turn it is to say anyways. But she's palling around with them, and they're part of a street fighting gang. And the whole town is filled with street fighting gangs.
Yeah.
That just hang out. I want to go ahead and let's get these guys' names. I
didn't catch anybody's name.
There is, they're not quite the same as the Warriors gangs because they don't have like outfits and stuff, but they have, mascots. So we've got the Eagles. Mm-hmm. We've got the Bears.
There was Bears?
The Bears. Yeah, the Bear Gang. We got the Red Dragons, which is what Christy's part of.
She's a Red Dragon.
The Diablos.
I
the Maniacs.
remember the Diablos and the Maniacs.
And the Italians.
Just the Italians?
I don't know why the Italians can't have a good, cool street name, but
the Maniacs were the ones that were all whacked out on crack.
They're the ones in the warehouse.
Yeah.
Well, then, they were,
where he was dancing on the boxes and stuff.
No. Was that...
He was the chair kick guy. That was the Maniacs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The chair kick?
Where he kicks the chair and then jumps over it. That's the Maniacs.
The office chair.
Yeah. The Diablos are the guys in the... the Eagles are the barrel fight. The oil drum.
The tigers or something.
No, there's no tigers. The Bears are the big guy wearing the shoulder pads gang. The Diablos are... Who are the Diablos?
Was that the guy in the red?
Oh, the Diablos are the guys at the very beginning.
The guys are the K.
Oh, okay.
That we're about to talk about right now. So they're just wandering the streets, I'm led to believe, the Red Dragons, the Anyway gang, looking for street fights, because the other
they already
team
got it set up. They have to set up with those guys.
They just show up.
Yeah, and this is the other thing. There's two guys that go around and they, broker these fights.
Oh, yeah, the bookies.
And are they? Because they're at one point you see them and they're taking bets, and at other times they just hand you money after you fight. Mm-hmm. It doesn't seem to be a very good system.
No, I'm not real clear on their whole street fighting racket that they've got.
Yeah,
here.
Exactly how that works. Or they go home every day and they're like, Paul, did we just give people money again without getting any?
Yeah.
Yeah, we did. God, we're terrible at this. Dominoes?
Maybe the other gang members are, in order to witness the fight, you have to pay. They sell tickets to the other gang members. And that's how they make money off this whole industry.
Yeah, and then the other thing would be, if it was, if there was mass betting without anybody being there.
There's nobody there.
Yeah.
Other than the gangs.
Which means that you're taking these guys' word for it, which is no good in the world of betting.
I'll give you 10 to 1 odds on
because at that point,
whatever works out better for me.
Why even have the gang fighting? You just make up some things and oh yeah, this is what happened. Steve saw it too.
Yeah, he was there.
Give us the cash.
Well, she has to go up against Christy has to go up against one of the Diablos who is dressed like Tupac. The other members of the Diablos and the Red Dragons have synchronized stomp clapping.
Yeah.
I guess that gets things going, but we never see that again.
No, that never happens again.
And they just clap and stomp and then the fight happens.
Maybe
while they're clapping and stomping.
The Red Dragons just sort of, they just fall in line. Whatever's happening, they just go along with it.
I think that does seem kind of their shtick.
Yeah. Because
it was very West Side Story.
They're not, it was very West Side Story with the finger snapping. They seem like they're not the type of guys that would ever be in charge of anything. They're underlings. Yeah. Essentially. We'll just go along with whatever.
We'll just go, they're going to make noise, we should do that too.
Well, the rules of the street fighting is the first person to touch the ground with their hand
I think if you
loses.
Or go down.
Or get killed.
I don't think there's killing in the...
Yeah,
I'm just saying,
knocked out.
Things can happen, man.
Yeah.
Who knows?
No
but I'm
knives.
pretty sure if you're dead, you lose.
Yeah, they say no knives, no weapons.
Your body is a weapon.
Right. So it's just kung fu fighting.
Mm-hmm. Well, the first match, she kicks the shit out of Tupac.
Who's got chains on?
Who's got chains. And she gets paid $600. Or does she?
Well, she almost gets paid $600.
I don't even know how she drops the $600.
They just threw it at her.
Threw it at her and left. Everybody's like, cheese it, it's the fuzz.
Cheese it, it's the fuzz. The fuzz show up. DeMarco. We get introduced to DeMarco and Mike.
Who are also karate guys.
Mike,
I don't think is a karate guy.
I'm going to nickname DeMarco here and call him Shows Up DeMarco. Because he's going to show up.
He just shows up.
He just shows up. Well, he shows up. Bust this thing.
Yeah.
They don't even see any fighting or anything. They just see Christy picking up $600 off the ground.
And so they fucking shake her ass down.
They pinch her. And they take her back to the jail, and they want info on the street fighting, and they want the top guys. Give us your bosses or whatever. And she's like, I work at the diner. I got that $600 from tips. Why was it on the ground, lady?
Because I'm shitty at carrying.
Yeah.
She could have got out of there a lot faster. She's
Oh,
not
yeah.
very bright.
No, she's not.
But
very
neither
bright.
are the police.
Neither are the police.
Or the bad guys.
They steal her money.
Yeah, she
Or
gets
the
out of there. They
psychiatrist,
let her
yeah.
go.
Because he's got a feeling that she's a good kid.
Yeah.
I guess.
But he
Even though she's 30.
he just goes ahead and pockets the $60 or $600.
$600 for now.
For now, I guess. Yeah, what's her deal? What's her background?
Well, she has a sister in college.
Yeah, right, Karen.
And she's got to pay for it with her diner and fighting. We don't know why or how that works.
Because Karen's going to be a doctor.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
But Karen's already in school and she's talking about having to pay the tuition.
Yeah,
I'm like,
she's...
Wait a second, you pay the tuition before you get in there, before
Right.
you start classes.
Yeah.
Well, she's saving up for the next tuition.
Yeah.
She's paying
Well, maybe
for
they're
the
on a payment plan.
Maybe they are. Who knows? She's paying for it, though.
Right.
That's all we know.
And Karen's supposedly going to be a doctor.
I
and
don't
then
think
put
she's
Karen, or then put Christy through college.
Yeah.
She's going to use her degree to pay for Christy's education then.
Yeah, I guess.
That does not seem like a good thing, because, like, Christy could probably only get through trade school, which is like 2 years. Whereas she has to work for Karen to go to school for like 8 or 10.
Well, I really don't know that Karen's doctor material.
I don't know about that either, but well,
let's just say she is.
Well, apparently anybody can just get into this college at any point.
Later on.
So I'm led to believe that the college isn't very good.
No, it's not a good college.
So maybe Karen is, she can do it. At this particular University of Phoenix, 1993, whatever. Not that there's anything wrong with the University of Phoenix, I guess. Yeah, I think Christy, I would like to see her go on and get her trade school degree in, like, automobile repair, but it's got to be big rig automobile repair. So she's a tough gal mechanic of truckers at night or
just
during
trying
the
to get
day,
the truckers thing in there.
and then karate killer at night. I like that as an undefeated 2.
See, I think that
anything to get a trucker.
Anything to get the trucker in.
I think that they both should have aimed more into their commensurate intelligence range, and they should have both got the off-television degrees in TV VCR repair.
Yes, of course.
Oh, yeah.
Always get that. But then there's not really, I'm a tough TV VCR repairman by day and the kung fu artist at night.
They give up on the kung fu.
Yeah.
Just fix the TVs.
Just fix
TVs and VCRs. That'd be better for everybody.
Right. Well, Paul, meanwhile, after we get all this information delivered about Christy and Karen. Well, he's not even called Stingray yet. Paul comes home and he's super, super horny. And he's super, super rapey because he just killed a guy. And so
that's what happens after you kill somebody.
So Anna's there making dinner. Something. T-bone steak, I guess? I don't know.
She was
pan frying a steak.
There was some vegetables on the table and some, was it blush wine?
Yeah.
And then she's like cooking a steak on one side or something.
Honey, I'm home.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, great. I'm in the kitchen cooking your dinner. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Oh, baby.
No, oh, mommy.
Oh, well, he starts raping her. Mm-hmm. She's instantly not into it. He comes home and he seems like he's okay. Like, how was your day?
Brings her some garnish to flowers.
Yeah. She's like, stop it. Stop kissing me. I'm cooking. Well, no, I want to go for shit. So he does. I just don't know why she's so denying. He seems friendly. If he'd been like, bitch, where's my food? Oh, it's not done. Bend over. Then I guess, whatever. But, so he gives her the business and then he has dinner.
Here's the other thing. Where did he go? Because
he's coming back from the death match.
No, I think that he had the
Yeah, because he's having flashbacks of the death match.
Yeah, killing the guy.
Why he's screwing her.
If you have a death match, that only happens like once. It seems to me that this is just an average day.
Yes, it's Wednesday.
But he already had the death match like last week or something. Because you only have a death match like once a month.
Not in this movie.
He even said when he arranged his next death match, it was a month off.
Yeah.
You have, so like every day, he goes to he just leaves and buys flowers and comes back and then rapes the shit out of her.
He's like Johnny from The Room.
Yeah. He had a job, didn't he?
Johnny?
In The Room, he worked for the bank.
No, he does work for the bank. He works for the bank. You don't know what he does.
But this guy has a workout warehouse. That's where he goes.
Oh, he goes to his workout warehouse. There we go.
Yeah. Who knows how long he's been pulling out eyeballs and killing people. Maybe this has been an ongoing thing. It's just not, he's not desperately seeking Anna at this point. Or Karen. No, Anna. Okay. So anyways, he rapes her, has some flashbacks, and then he eats his dinner.
An undercooked steak.
Yeah, well, it was undercooked on one side.
Yeah.
Like, it didn't even, like, undercooked doesn't even begin to describe. It seemed like
it was also very burnt on one section of it.
Yeah, it was like, part of it got burnt, most of it was completely uncooked, and the other side was just raw and face up.
It doesn't look good.
And then he says something, and I don't know what it was. It was something stupid.
Thanks for the rape steak.
Yeah.
Mommy.
Well,
he goes to meet Lou, his agent, the next day, and he gets that new fight that you're talking about lined up. Big payday on this one.
With the boys from Philly.
Yeah. $100,000.
Hundo.
Yeah, for a death match. That seems like good money. Well, he comes back after meeting Lou. Comes home again. Guess what?
Dear John letter.
Dear John. Dear Paul. You suck, man. You're no good. Washed up.
I'm not your mom. Stop raping me.
Yeah.
I'm out.
Yeah, that's when we first that's the first mention of mommy.
Yeah.
And it's not even like set up like, I know you have mommy issues, but if you could please stop calling me mommy, I had to leave you because of your mommy issues or anything like that. It's just like, I left you because you keep calling me mommy. What?
It wasn't because he was raping you and you were afraid?
Yeah, you just get slapped in the face.
And her therapist told her to.
And her therapist tells her to, that it's a good idea to leave old Stingray. But, so he freaks out and tosses his dinner that she left him, the vegetables and another
raw steak.
And another bottle of blush.
Chicken fried steak all over the apartment.
Kicks a chair over.
Yeah.
Then he listens to a pocket watch, a music box.
That's right. Yeah, and that's when he has the mommy flashback.
Yep.
He sits down and it shows and he's like listening to, you hear a music box, but you see him holding a pocket watch. And you're like,
that was awesome.
Those don't do that.
They do not.
They don't do that. And then when he closes, he has the flashback of him, the younger version of him sitting on a stump. And his mom's voice.
In the flashback, he doesn't have the pocket watch.
No, he doesn't.
Like, there's no emotional connection between the pocket watch and anything. It
doesn't.
He's fucking crazy, this guy. Yeah. He'll just look at anything and be like, mommy.
So he closes it and the music box music stops, which, again, they don't do that. So watch. They tell time, not make music. It's weird.
Oh, Stingray.
Yeah.
What a nut bar. So, the very next thing we see is a lady that looks like Anna making out with some Asian dude.
Do we see that before he does the hairspray bullshit?
No, he does
the hairspray bullshit.
Yeah, he goes into the bathroom.
Red racing stripes.
Yeah, 2 red racing stripes. Z28 stripes on his fucking mullet.
What is that stuff? Is it like dyed hairspray?
I guess.
It's like the shit that you buy from Halloween.
You would hope.
Yeah.
It had to be because his hair didn't stay right. Because if it was just like surveyor's paint, that would still be on there.
I want to see their shopping list. Like, oh, honey, I'm going to go to the store. Oh, I need you to get me some red racing stripes for hair. Why? I don't know. I may need them someday.
Yeah, or he's perfectly honest. And he's like, you need to pick up some of that spray-on hair dye that's red. What is that for? Every once in a while, I just fucking lose it, and I need that stuff, man. I just need it.
I need to look fucking crazy.
And it's got dark hair, so you can barely see it anyway.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Stingray. Well, this Asian lady, or this lady's making out with this Asian dude, and Stingray's like, Anna, come here, Anna. Come home. That's my wife, buddy. I thought it was Anna for a second. I was like, holy shit, she rebounds fast. But apparently it's not. It's just there's lots of ladies in this kung fu land that look like Anna and wear flower dresses.
If you have a flower dress, I think you're just...
Close enough.
Close enough.
Even if you're a man.
Yeah.
Anna!
Which they should have gotten Sylvester Stallone from Nighthawks in on this.
Yeah. He can do his drag.
Do his one trick.
Yeah.
Dress up like a lady and then turn around and, nope, I'm Stallone!
Beat everybody
and start
up.
Fucking him up.
Well, they have a kung fu battle. Him and the Asian dude.
Yeah.
It goes poorly for the Asian dude.
Yeah.
And this is the first time we see him poke somebody's fucking eyes out.
He does the Three Stooges eye gouge thing.
To deadly effect.
He just pokes him right in the eyeballs. He's not even like... He doesn't have him like in a half Nelson or anything and pulls out the eyeballs. He's standing in front of him and just goes, bloop!
Yeah.
pokes him right
He
out.
winds up a little bit.
Yeah.
It was awesome. I laughed so hard.
I couldn't believe it. And then I couldn't believe what happened after that.
Yeah.
Tosses the guy off the fucking second story, I guess.
Yeah,
of
it's
the
the
parking
second-
garage.
Second floor of the parking garage, and then some guy does it. He just
some
jumps
stunt
off.
guys. Well, he doesn't jump off. He falls off and then lands on a car.
Yeah.
It was a good stunt.
and then falls off the car.
Yeah.
Typically, you use a dummy there, but not in this movie.
He, I believe, was trying to hit the middle of the Explorer so that it would cushion it a little bit.
Yeah.
He doesn't. He hits the edge. So
Right on his
somebody
back.
got hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a bad day for that
They're
stunt
like, cut
guy.
away, he's crying, cut away.
Well, DeMarco, he's stalking Christy because he thinks she's a good girl. She's working at the diner. He shows up and orders a cup of coffee. Hey, think you're a good girl. Great. Gives her the $600 back in a tip. So they're instantly besties now. I don't know if they're a love interest at all, but he's like, I like you, you're a good girl. She's like, it's cool that you're following me everywhere, weirdo.
Yeah.
But then she starts calling him and giving the heads up about where she's going to be. And
Yeah,
shit.
they're a team now. He gives her the money back. They are on the same team. I don't know how that works, but whatever. Stingray, meanwhile, is not just beating up Asians and poking out eyeballs. He is on a rampage through town, kidnapping every single woman in a flower dress and taking them to this warehouse
That he practices karate at.
where he chains them up. And I don't know what he does with them, really.
He pulls their eyeballs out.
Eventually,
He beats him up, he tortures them, he rapes them, and he beats them up. And he pulls out their eyeballs.
where did you get all that information? Because we don't see any
It
of
was
that.
in the movie.
We don't
When
see any.
when they found the first girl,
In the
and
toilet,
then they were like,
right?
yeah, in the porta
No,
john.
the sister is the one that gets tossed in the shitter.
No, the sister.
No.
Oh, yeah, the
Yeah.
sister does.
Oh,
No.
Yes, I wrote it down.
I don't have that.
No, wait.
no,
There's a
that
lady
was the
that ends
first
up in
lady.
the toilet with no eyeballs, but I don't
Yeah,
remember
you
them
know
saying
that
he
the first lady
rapes them and all that.
gets thrown in the shitter.
Well, either way, he's a bad guy and he does bad things in this warehouse. But Christy is just doing her thing, still street fighting.
Yeah.
You know, totally nothing. The two stories haven't converged at this point.
Yeah.
She goes to fight a guy named Bear. And Bear's
And retard.
a big guy. We're supposed to believe he's a big guy, but basically I think he's just a normal dude wearing shoulder pads. Who's
Yeah,
like 6'3" or so.
He was...
Football pads.
I doubt he was even that tall.
Yeah. But he's super tough. He's
He
like
has shoulder pads.
he's the leader of the Bear gang.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, "Whoa, nobody can beat Bear." She beats him pretty quick.
Mm-hmm.
She beats him the shit out. But the stupid thing is if the rule still is that you can't touch the ground, and they have one of the money guys go fight, and
Yeah.
Bear lines up to fight with his fucking hand on the ground. He loses before he even starts fighting.
Yeah, he's doing a football stance to go with his football pads.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't
That's his
know what
attack-
that works.
Attack battle strategy. I call shenanigans. They should have instant replay and booth reviews and illegal street fighting in Kung Fu Town. But Bear, Honey Bear, Baby Bear. You guys catch all that? That was pretty fun.
Yeah, when
This
they go back
lover
to
lady.
when they go back to his sweet love nest.
Oh my god, the trailer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bear's trailer. I guess street fighting just doesn't pay the bills quite like deathmatching does.
Mm-mm.
Seems like everybody should be in the
Well, it
deathmatching.
looks like because the third time they fight, they're like, "What are you betting?" And she's like, 1,000. So maybe it's your own money on the line.
Maybe,
So if you
yeah.
don't win, not only do you not make any money, you just lost money from the last fight.
Ooh. Racing for pink slips.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if you lose, you go back to your trailer and get pissed off and sit in the lawn furniture until a guy comes and fucking kills you, rapes your girlfriend and rips her eyes out and kills her.
Yeah, Bear's having a bad day.
But his girlfriend she was wearing a flower dress, right?
She was wearing a flower dress.
Oh
Yeah.
boy.
Yeah.
We should have like put something on a public service announcement after the second one. Like there's a guy out, he's crazy, we don't know who he is, we can't catch him, but if you don't wear a flower dress, you'll probably be okay.
You're safe. You're safe. Also wear protective eye gear. Yeah, he kills the shit out of Bear with his patented neck-breaking move.
After he throws him over a trash can.
Yeah. Turns out DeMarco, though, he's also a karate guy.
Oh, yeah.
He's in the dojo.
He's just practicing his form. And that was forms.
With a nightstick.
Well, I think they're...
With a billy club, one of those police
Oh,
nightstick
yeah.
things.
Him and Mike are sparring together.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
But he also has the scene where he's just in there by himself with the long pole thing, air whacking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Doing forms.
Yeah. But it's not like... I don't know shit about karate. Never mind. Don't
That's
listen to me.
what she has that's what Cynthia Rothrock does.
Yeah, but it's not
We
like...
see an example of that, though, in the movie, and she was terrible.
Was terrible.
Yeah, she was terrible. Holy shit. Yeah, frickin' Margot was better than she was. But it's essentially air fighting. It's not the posing thing where you like move your hands around and you make the crane, and there's no zen about it. You're air fighting. You're fighting an invisible opponent, essentially, with this type of
You're striking.
form fighting. Yeah, you're striking. Hiya! Hua! And kicks and whacks and all sorts of stuff. So, meanwhile, Stingray's still wandering around town, grabbing up all the ladies, but this time, he sees Karen, Christie's sister. She's with part of the, Anyway gang. Because the Anyway gang are also pals with Karen. They visited her at her college.
Yeah.
Give her some grief. Anyways. And, pretend like they're tough, I guess. Because they're also dressed like they're tough. But they're not really that tough. They're kind of wankers.
They're wankers. I don't even know what they do other than hang out with people.
I don't think they have
They
jobs.
don't have jobs.
Yeah.
Their job is to follow around Christy.
Just live
and
off
watch her make
fame.
money. They don't
Yeah.
even get any money from that. I guess they would probably... Whatever bets they have on her is how they support themselves.
She tosses some popcorn their way once in a while.
Well, they have the ability to bet. I mean, you would think that everybody... If there's betting, then everybody bets.
Yeah, that would imply that they had money, and I don't think that they have any money.
Well, if they get some money, they would be set, because she never loses.
True. She's the
So if they're
ultimate
not
fighter.
betting, they're the ultimate dickheads.
They are the ultimate dickheads. So, it turns out Karen also knows karate. Because she gets in a fight with Stingray.
Yeah, forgot about that.
She doesn't do very well.
No!
But Stingray is
Stingray.
the fiercest opponent that's ever lived.
Yep.
So,
He punches her in the leg.
yeah, I don't know if Karen did an admirable job, I guess.
She still gets beat, raped, and eyeballs ripped out
Yeah. She's dead.
in the morgue.
Yeah. So, Christy's there doing her floor routine that you're talking about with the, what are those swords called?
I don't know.
I don't know. They're like ninja swords, but
they have hooks and I don't know. They're silly.
They don't
They're
look
so-
very dangerous at all. They don't look sharp.
well, they're not. For the sake of this movie, Christy would have hurt herself.
Yeah.
Because she's just swinging them around, doing twirls on the ground.
She
and
looked like she
spins.
was part of the dance team in high school with like a baton or something.
I think she looks like the white guy that wants to be a breakdancer. Like, she lays her cardboard down and does the really crappy spins, like, really slowly.
Like you did last week?
Yeah, about as good at breakdancing as I am. But that's what it looks like. She's breakdancing with shitty swords.
Oh.
It was explained to me at one point that those swords, whatever those things are, they're for grabbing swords. Which seems to be, like, the worst battle strategy ever. Like, I've got two things that are long that are hook end, and I'm going to use them both to grab your sword.
To bring your weapon of death closer to my body.
I guess it, like, aha, I have nullified your sword. And then you just stand there and look at each other. Like, I've got your sword. And the other guy's like, yes, you do. Okay, now what?
No, those don't make any sense to me. Well, she's twirling them around. Hey, guess who shows up? DeMarco.
Yeah, hey.
DeMarco shows up.
Hey, what are you doing here?
Yeah, how do you know where I live? Well, bad news. Your sister's dead. She's got no eyeballs. And then we get the most epic acting ever.
Oh, wow.
Oh, God.
to be beheld.
She's no Chuck Norris.
She is no Chuck Norris. But man, can she squirt a tear.
Yeah,
She was hysterical.
She went nuts.
Like she didn't know that her sister was dead until they pulled back the sheet, and then it was like, "Oh my God, I know her!"
And she just starts spraying gibberish everywhere. Like, are they words?
I couldn't tell what she was saying because I was laughing too hard. Yeah,
Yeah, she was trying to talk, but you couldn't understand what the hell she was saying.
Whoa!
Yeah, she went from 0 to 90.
I wonder if it was because of the no eyeballs. Because they do peel. It's one of the only times that you get the close look at the no eyeballs makeup.
One of the morticians said something like, "This is gonna be hard," and then he makes a weird look. Then they pull it off, and then she goes fucking crazy. And then afterwards, it shows them, the morticians again, and they're just like, I love that. Every time!
My job rules. I ruin people's days.
Yeah. Well, this is going to be the worst part of your life. I can't wait for it. Ready, Steve? Pull it back! Whoa!
Orgasm! Messy pants morticians.
Doing selfies behind them.
That's ridiculous. They had enough time with how long Cynthia was crying for.
God, that just went on for way too long.
So now her deal is she sees some marks on Karen's neck, which we don't really see, but she sees. It's implied that there's some nasty marks there, and it just kind of looks like she's got some dirt on her.
Yeah, the makeup for bruises just looks like people fell in poo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was just like, put some brown
eyeshadow on
there.
It's crayon.
It's just brown. It was like the whatever makeup that comes with the, that has the big pad that you rub on, I guess it's foundation. But it's like brown foundation.
Yeah.
They just rubbed it on. They're like, yeah, you're bruised now. Are you sure?
You know, that makes sense though, because they had the Halloween hairspray, hair changing color. So maybe they just hit like an after Halloween sale and they had all this cheap fucking makeup and they're like, booyah, bruises and hair stuff.
Saving money.
And then whoever gets the coffee was also the guy that did the makeup.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably Godfrey Ho. So her idea now is she recognizes these marks as what she believes are the eagle claw technique, which is exclusively used by the Eagle Gang, of course. So she thinks it's them that did this. Now she's gonna go storm their base. Because they all have bases, these guys. She's not even setting up fights anymore. She just shows up and is like, hey, you guys, you're not cool. Let's fight.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she's trying to Chuck Norris out there. And it just does not work. Because everybody just looks at her like, what the hell are you doing here? Go away.
Oh. And it's kind of like they think that she's there to have an actual, like, regulated fight. Like, oh, I didn't know we had a match today. Let's fight, I guess. And she's like, I want information. Why are we fighting then? I don't know. So they have a cool, fight on top of the oil drums, which I thought was pretty awesome. Mm-hmm. I liked the fight on top of the oil drums. The guy could have gone a little longer.
Yeah, the guy is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Because before she shows up, he's just doing his thing in front of everybody.
He's karate tumbling on top of boxes.
Yeah, and everybody's just watching him because he's so awesome at it.
That's what they do all day long. They just do air karate in front of each other and go, yeah,
that's
go! You can do it!
You got it.
Do what?
Get it, Steve.
Yeah. What are you doing? So she beats him up.
Mm-hmm.
Guess who shows up? DeMarco.
Because she called him.
She didn't.
No, she called him for the other fight.
He's just following her.
He just shows up.
And he just shows up like, hey! Because she beats the guy, tosses him out the building, and, like, DeMarco's just happens to be pulling up right at that exact time. Very convenient,
when she
DeMarco.
Fights the maniac guy.
Nice. Classy.
When she fights the maniac guy, she tells somebody to call him. One of the Asian anyway guys.
Catman.
Right, but at that point, they're on the same team. They're teaming up now.
Yeah.
He's in on what's going on. They've got a whole plan together.
I guess. As much as, like, nobody really ever figures out what's going on. Even the viewer.
He arrests her again, takes her back to the station, and she reveals that, she recognized the eagle claw technique, and he's like, I don't know. I don't think he's the only people that can do that. And it wasn't actually eagle claw technique. It was dragon something or other.
Only 3 people in the area know.
Yeah, so they go ask that Asian dude.
Yeah.
Who's not in the movie ever again. He's the
and then
karate fighting historian or whatever.
Yeah, so I think it was Tiger Claw.
There was multiple claws, but the end one was the dragon technique.
Okay. Either way, the guy that knows the karate expert shows up.
He doesn't talk very well.
No.
No.
And he's like, there's only 3 people, and then they go to find the 3 people. One of them has 1 arm and he's in a wheelchair.
Not him!
And, which is good because Mike goes there, and he continues to question him, like, dude, Mike, it's not the guy.
Yeah.
Like, sorry, there's just misunderstanding, leave, whatever. Like, I got all the info on this guy, and then Marco's like, I'm pretty sure it's not the guy, Mike.
Yeah, good work, Mark.
Yeah, what did you do with you did your whole fucking day on this, huh?
Well, her assignment is the Maniac Gang. She gets sent off to deal with the Maniac Gang, and that's where we have the warehouse fight.
With the office chair.
With the office chair and the 30 dudes. And she can't just go and see, this is the one time where she can't just go and invade their headquarters. That's when the Anyway Gang has to set up the match.
Fight, yeah.
Cause the bookie guys are there, and they're like, she's like, I just want information. Wait, there's not a fight?
This is not how we do things.
This is not how we conduct our
business. Don't call me again.
What's the problem? You're still gonna have a fight. Just stick around for another 3 minutes, because they get in a fight!
Yeah, they get in a fight.
A big fight! The Anyway Gang, the entire gang's getting in fights together, and there's fucking guys flying everywhere, bodies getting tossed off things, and...
Is this the one with the cat claws?
No, that was the oil guy. The oil drum guy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, guess who shows up? DeMarco.
Yeah.
Yeah, he just shows up again, breaks up the fight, and says, nope, it's not these guys. They're not the guys. I don't know why he
just
understands that. He just knows things.
He also is an expert in karate.
So,
he tells her that.
Yeah, he is, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
Duh. So he has to go beat up some fat guys. He goes in, his assignment is to go to the other, dojo area. And there's the guy that's wearing the Alaska shirt.
Yeah.
And a bunch of other just dorks. They don't even look like karate guys. They just look like dorks.
Yeah.
These are the white guys who are not in a gang.
Like the guys that go to the bar right after working at the lumber mill type. No, not even that type of guys. They just look like dorks.
These are the guys that are working at a call center who want to be fucking sweet.
Yeah.
And so they're like, we're going to be in a karate gang. Let's meet at the dojo after work.
I think so. Well, Christy's also there. Because this is the guy.
Yeah.
She takes out the main guy. And he's using the dragon claw technique. Oh, they found a guy that actually used the dragon claw technique. But, she still beats the shit out of him. Does some nice wall kicks, off the wall kicks, where you run up the side of the wall, jump off the wall, and then kick a guy in the face. Pretty sweet. They then decide that it's not the guy. I don't know why they decide it's not the guy.
Because the DNA doesn't match.
Oh yeah, that's
his
right.
His
skin
on the fingernails from the defensive maneuvers or whatever.
Well, they bring in Dr. Simmons, Karen's psychiatry.
Why do they bring her in? And the other one is they go to that house that nobody's there, and the lady's like, this person's on a honeymoon. The neighborhood watch lady.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Is like this, and so is that Paul's house? Stingray?
No, that's one of the 3.
It's not.
Yes, it is.
Yeah,
because he lives in the apartment. That's the thing is that whole thing, there's only 3 people that know the dragon technique. Mm-hmm. It doesn't go anywhere.
No, it does not.
They don't find any, it doesn't have anything to do with anything.
Nothing at all.
Nope.
The Dr. Simmons cracks the case.
Right, and we get her back into the story when she goes to Karen's funeral.
She builds a profile in about 3 minutes. Mm-hmm. And the profile is Stingray.
Yeah.
We're looking for a guy who likes flower-dressed women. Has mother issues. Oh, and probably had a moment in time where he just lost his shit. And also is in deathmatch. Oh, it just so happens that I told one of my clients last week to leave her husband, who is just this exact guy.
But it actually takes her too long to put it together for somebody that was able to figure out the profile that quick. She doesn't figure out that it's him until she goes back to her office or whatever.
Which is 2 minutes later.
So she's like, Well, in movie time,
In scene time. So she had a car ride, went back to her office, sat at her desk, and goes, "It's Stingray."
Yeah. Which one?
I think she figures it out pretty quick.
She figures it out too fast and not fast enough. She's like a super genius who is an idiot.
So Stingray, while she's figuring this shit out, he goes home and has another one of his conniptions, sits down at the stairs and sees the letter from Dr. Simmons to Karen. Or Anna. I guess a bill or something.
Yeah.
He's like, "That bitch told her to leave me. It's her fault." So he's gonna go kill Simmons.
Who conveniently has red hair. But not a flower dress.
And who is also conveniently on the way to Stingray's house with DeMarco and Mike right now.
Mm-hmm.
But Stingray doesn't know that. He just leaves. So they show up without warrant. Because you're not going to get a warrant to go into Stingray's house.
No.
On some nutty broad's freaking profile of, hey, it's this guy because he likes flower dresses too.
If you're DeMarco and Mike, you avoid the brass at all costs.
Yeah.
Because the 90% chance is the conversation is gonna go like this when you see your superior. DeMarco and Mike, yeah, you're both fired. You're the worst detectives ever.
Good thing we can fall back on our karate career.
Exactly.
Well, Stingray's not there. So, he's on his way. It's like they just swapped offices. Like,
Yeah.
He's on his way to Dr. Simmons.
Yeah, he is.
They're all at the wrong place at the wrong time. This movie could have been 45 minutes shorter if they just met up at some place.
It wasn't Scooby-Doo going through the wrong doors.
So Stingray, Dr. Simmons isn't there, so he bails and goes back to his warehouse, his lady killing warehouse. And he's got some new lady there, chained up. It's pretty sweet. Like, if I had a place like that, I'd be pretty happy for, like, a practice facility. Because he has, like, a little kitchenette in there.
Yeah, dude.
Because there was, like, a fridge and a microwave.
He's got the fish tank, obviously.
Kidnaps the lady, she's like, "There's nothing in your fridge."
Yeah, exactly.
So then he goes groceries, like, "Oh, okay, that's a good point. I'm gonna tie you up and go grocery shopping."
His warehouse is sweeter than his actual house.
Yeah. And did you notice that his apartment, there was stairs that went upstairs and downstairs?
It was a duplex.
Yeah, it was a duplex.
Yeah, it was a fourplex that had, but the inside, I'm just guessing, isn't the same.
Right, I'm also thinking that.
But that's weird. His living situation is strange to me.
Yeah, that's why I thought he was just tying ladies up in his basement for the longest time.
Yeah,
he has
saw
one.
Mm-hmm.
But they go there. Well, he's at his warehouse, and they're in his house. They even go downstairs, and there's no lady tied up there. So that's when, you don't even find out that he has a warehouse until the end of the movie, because they find out that he has a warehouse because DeMarco and Christie go to Lou's office, his bookie. I don't know how they find Lou, but they find him, and Lou's not there.
Doesn't he?
Because Lou's on his way to book the next fight with Stingray.
Because he missed the meeting with the Philly boys.
That's right, but Lou knows about the warehouse.
He does.
I don't know why.
Well, I mean, it's his practice facility. That's what leads me to believe that he hadn't been killing people before, because Lou probably hangs out there.
Yeah. Lou likes the fish. Well, Lou finds the fish tank.
Yeah.
Because I don't know where Stingray's at during this point in time, but he's like, "Stingray!" And he looks in the fish tank, and he's like, "What's that?" It's eyeballs.
Yep.
Inside the fish tank.
Yep.
Why does Stingray have eyeballs in his fish tank? Lou's not putting it together
No,
very
he's
fast
not.
either. And then he sees the lady that's in like a
trash can. It's like a dumpster.
Kind of, but like small.
It was. I don't even know what it was. If it was like a portable trash compactor, maybe?
It was like one of those...
that wouldn't work out well at all, because it would be like, spray. Oh, I did not think this one out.
It's like one of those laundry bins, one of those prison laundry bins, but it's got a plastic lid on it. I don't know. Oh, there's a lady in there who has no nipples. Yeah, watch the movie. I'm not even going to comment on that. But
yeah, there's a couple of times that you see boobs in here, but it's not.
Don't have nipples.
It was like the lights basically have taken all skin tone out of it.
I guess. It was weird looking. Well, Lou finds her, and then he turns around. Oh, it's Stingray! Oh, buddy, don't worry about it, man. We can do this together, and I didn't see anything, or whatever he says, but Stingray kills him. And then puts his eyeballs in the fish tank. There's like 10 sets of eyeballs in this fish tank now. Bunch of eyeballs.
And the water is just exceptionally clear.
It is very clear, despite the fact, and why don't the fish eat the eyeballs? You think that would be prime fish food? Nibble here, nibble there.
That's what I thought. The fish would be eating the eyeballs, but no, they're just
maybe they're
around.
all full eyeball, which I thought fish will just eat until they kill themselves.
Yeah.
I don't know.
There's so many eyeballs in this fish tank. Just floating fish because they're stuffed to the gills. Get it? So, Stingray has now decided that it's time to go back to the Dr. Simmons' office and to get her. And he kills her receptionist. And guess who knows karate? Dr. Simmons. Because she's there.
Everybody knows karate.
Fights off Stingray a little bit.
Except the Asian guys. They don't know karate.
They get in the fight with the maniacs.
Oh, that's right.
Everybody knows karate. Yeah.
Small town.
I think the only person in this
Full
movie
of people that know karate.
that doesn't know karate is Anna, but maybe she does know karate.
Lou.
Or Lou. Yeah, Lou doesn't know karate.
Anna and Lou don't know karate.
He does know crazy though.
Oh.
We gotta get moving again. So she gets nabbed and taken back to the warehouse, but she kind of delays him by play acting as his mommy. Like, she slaps him and says, "No, how many times have I told you no, mister?" And he's like, "Mommy, I'll be a good boy, mommy." Not your mommy.
And then tells him that he doesn't have any good food in his fridge. So he goes shopping.
Well, he goes shopping.
He goes shopping.
Yeah.
And
And,
it's like, you're right.
ties her up to the chains, but she's able to she answers the phone with her foot because Christy's calling her.
Yeah.
She can answer the phone with her foot and then hear everything that Christy's saying, even though the phone is on the floor.
Yes.
She's nowhere near the earpiece. She can hear everything crystal clear.
And now the next point is why you always blindfold or put a bag over somebody's head when you kidnap them. She knows the exact address and location of the warehouse that she's being held.
It is the old warehouse.
The old something like Rikon warehouse on 18th and 15th.
Right. So Christy goes
there.
and calls the cops in the meantime. But Christy gets there first, right as Stingray's coming back, too.
Yeah.
So they get
the groceries.
They get in a fight. There's fighting with swords and fists and
everything.
She's got the hook swords and there's packing peanuts going everywhere.
That was some sweet action though when they slow-mo the packing peanuts
and they
raining
both
down.
stopped fighting too, so it was like a fucking snow globe.
Yeah, they stared each other down while the packing peanuts fell from the air.
Very artistic.
But
there was a number of artistic shots of the psychiatrist like chained up with a blue light directly behind her, and the room was filled with smoke too. Like, oh yeah, this is super artsy, guys. Way to go!
Yeah, it's like the end of the movie. Give it all you got.
Well, guess who shows up? DeMarco. Yeah, he gets in a gunfight with Stingray. I don't know where Stingray's getting his gun because we don't even. There's no guns at all into this movie
up until this.
Until the point, but they both have guns and they get in a shootout. Mike, his partner, gets shot in the neck.
He dies.
Mike.
Yeah. And you don't feel bad or good. That was the problem with Mike, is that you couldn't like him or hate him.
Yeah.
He wasn't in the movie enough.
Or he was also just sort of milquetoast.
He was milquetoast. You'd think that this is setting up the end of the movie. It's not.
It's not.
Oh, God.
Simmons has to go to the hospital because she's got trauma or whatever. I don't know. But Stingray's like, I'm going to get you. So he goes to the hospital.
She had to go to the hospital because she got kicked and kneed in the stomach about 12 times. Oh, yeah,
she does get beat up.
She got,
in that scene.
That would be, yeah. I don't know what you do. I guess you just give somebody a bed and a bunch of painkillers and some IVs.
Well, they probably check her for internal bleeding.
Yeah, it could be. Well, Stingray shows up dressed as a doctor, and he kills the cop watching her door. He gets his eyeballs.
Yep.
Kidnaps Simmons again, and then they fight outside, because DeMarco and Christy see this all go down, and they chase him. And then it's fight time! DeMarco versus Stingray this time. Shirts off!
Shirts off. They rip each other. They rip their own shirts off in order to fight.
Because their shirts get a little tear in both of them. And it's like, these are no good. Let's take our shirts off.
Yeah. Which I wonder, that was something that I was thinking about, like, That happens a lot in karate movies with the, like,
Fighting
we need
with
to
the shirts
have
on? Yeah.
the shirts off.
Mhm.
Now, who is that for? Was that, like, an attempt to get women involved, like, viewing karate movies?
I
Like,
don't know.
or
Or is it just tough?
is this just, like, dudes all of a sudden admiring each other without their shirts off a little too much?
Well, they take their shirts off and they scream at they stare at each other and then go, yeah!
Yeah.
Yeah! At each other for a couple minutes before proceeding to fight again. So I think it's kind of like a man-off type thing.
I know, but at the same time, like
Peacocking.
when you're putting, as the maker of the film,
Mhm.
we need to get their shirts off.
Oh, I think it's oh, this is what would happen in real life.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Yeah, they're peacocking.
Which, unfortunately,
Who's the tougher guy?
I have seen multiple instances of men fighting each other where they do, in fact, take their
Yeah.
shirt off.
Yeah.
Which you don't want to get your shirt ripped up, and that's going to
Yeah,
happen, I
yeah.
guess. But
If your
you
shirt's
know
already
what? The
ripped.
best way to avoid getting your shirt ripped is to not get into a fight like a dickhead.
Yep.
Well, you got to get in a fight with Stingray because he's dangerous.
Yeah, well, I mean, if Stinger, I would probably, I don't know.
Well, Christy comes back. Now because she had to get Simmons out of there. And she comes back and she's packing deadly weapons. Specifically a towel. She whaps him sometimes with the towel.
Yeah.
Yep.
The old butt sting, snap, whatever. But, she distracts Stingray enough that DeMarco's able to shove his head onto a nail. Stingray loses his
Yeah.
first eyeball.
She also used the towel to disarm Stingray because he had the knife from Cobra.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yep.
But Stingray can still fight after losing one eye. He's still going at it just as hard as ever.
Well, he's on rights.
Yeah, I guess. Or it's just fucking crazy. But then they team up, beat him together, and stick his head on the hook thing through his eyeball. So he loses his other eyeball, and then they push the button and it raises him up in the air.
And, like,
He's hooked
they're in a
via
dry
eyeball.
cleaner facility
Yeah,
that
all of a
apparently is in the
sudden-
bottom of the
It's
hospital.
like 3 stories.
They have that. They
I
have
don't
that
know.
there.
I don't know. Well, we get the awesome lines.
What is, I wrote down what he said.
He says, "See ya."
Yeah, he said, he goes, yeah, see ya. And what does she say?
She says something about
Stick around, Stingray, or hang out, buddy, or
something
some
about.
shit.
I
We
know
needed
it
to
was-
write down what she
I know
said.
it was eyeball related. I'll get it queued up here.
I'll see you around, Stingray.
We'll
and,
keep an eye out for you, Stingray.
and then he's like, yeah, see ya. Ugh.
Best friends.
Yeah. So then they go back to Karen's graveyard, and they have their little tribute to her, and everybody gets to go to college.
The way it plays out so dumb. We're like, well, now you're going to get to go to college, Christy. And then they say, because the running joke of the anyways guys is
Mhm.
their IQs are too high to go to that college, and they high five each other.
Yeah.
And then she's like, well, I already enrolled both of you in college.
Then DeMarco's like, I also enrolled you.
Yeah, and so DeMarco doesn't get to go. He's, I guess, already gone to college.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I think you have to be a detective. They probably didn't know that, the makers of this film, though.
You don't actually.
In today's modern society.
You do not.
Okay,
I did a
whatever.
report on it in college, ironically. Okay, questions time. Oh, also, I want to say that the movie does end on a freeze frame of a 5-way high five.
Yeah,
which
that's
was
true.
awesome.
Okay, what do you guys got for me?
Why is everybody's pants so high?
Because it's 1993.
It's
and that's
like
what you do. You tuck in your button-down shirt
It's poofy.
that's poofy, and you pull your pants up way high. Oh, and you have to have that one brown belt.
Yeah.
Like, watch any Jean-Claude Van Damme movie. It's just what you do. It
drove me-
accentuates your buns.
it does something, but it doesn't accentuate lady buns. It gives you mom butt.
Yeah, it does give you a serious case of the mom butt. Pull your pants up too high, you have the 3-foot-tall butt.
Yeah, it's just weird, and it's but like even the karate guys, like a normal pair of men's slacks,
Those were those.
halfway up your waist.
Yeah, and those were those slacks that are cut that way, that they're meant to be worn up that high.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
It's ridiculous. I don't know that they make those pants anymore.
I do not think that they do. I haven't seen anybody wearing those pants in probably 20 years, so I would assume not, but...
You have to be, like, in complete perfect shape to wear them, too.
Yeah.
Old men pull their pants up really high.
Yeah, but they
So-
can't wear those numbers that are meant to be worn like that, the tight ones.
Karate pants?
I don't know what they are. They're like action slacks.
Yeah,
Action slacks, yeah.
Ready for doing the splits at any time.
Yeah.
But also you could go to the club in them.
Mm-hmm. They've got enough room that your boys don't get musty.
Oh, I beg to differ.
They will, but not
I'm
as musty
sure
as they
everybody's-
could.
That warehouse, the Maniac versus the Anyway gang fight had to have not smelled good.
No.
Quite
Well,
stinky.
I don't know. I've always been under the impression that the tiger-striped mankinis breathe. Because if you're wearing those action slacks, you're definitely wearing a tiger-striped man G-string underneath it.
Absolutely. You don't want to have panty lines when you're doing splits. What's your question, Sam?
Got several. First one. Where did Anna go?
That's my question! What happens to Anna?
She's really good at hiding.
She just goes away. She never comes back. He never finds her.
That's the second part of this question. Is he that bad at finding people, or is he just not even trying to find her?
I think he's just fucking crazy. I think Stingray is seriously the craziest character I've ever seen. Not crazy wild, but batshit fucking crazy. I think he's nuts. But yeah, where did she go? Did she just go like to her mom's or something? The one place he should have checked, her mom.
Yeah, it's like he's not even checking for her at this point.
You know what she probably did? She probably went to his mom's. And he never thought to check there. The mommy connection.
No.
I'm so stupid. I should have just gone to my mom's and killed her. God damn it, Stingray.
It would have been great if she showed up at the end of the movie. They're like, Anna, where have you been? Over there.
I would like to know, and it doesn't just apply to this movie, it applies to lots of movies. At this point in time, right now, as we're recording this, or at any point in time, is there a warehouse filled with guys that are having karate fights?
I would hope there is.
It just seems like there's always some warehouse where a karate or / kung fu fight is taking place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There should be.
I'm going to say yes.
My
This is statistic.
My follow-up question then, is that illegal? Can you just be like, hey, this is my warehouse. We just hang out here and have karate fights together.
I guess the old adage, if that's wrong, I don't want to be right.
Oh no!
Alright. Anybody else?
No.
Alright. I've got one more. It doesn't really apply to anything, it just applies to the movie. What was your guys' favorite fight scene?
The barrels.
Barrels, you liked the oil drum, top of the oil drum
Just
fight?
because the guy that she was fighting was so ridiculous. He had finger claws, and he hangs out all day and practices karate in front of groupies.
Yeah. And it was kind of dangerous, too.
A little bit. It wasn't as dangerous as the fucking second story of the parking garage.
No. What about you, Jackie? Do you have a favorite fight scene?
Well, I thought the most ridiculous scene for me that involved some kind of air fighting was when she was practicing with those weird sword things.
I consider that a fight scene.
And she was
I'll
like
accept it.
doing the splits and then moving her legs and then splitting the other way.
Yeah.
And that was just like, ow. Not to mention if your twat is on some stickers or something at that point, you're just getting stuck in the twat.
She's also doing the Kia! Kia!
Yeah.
Kia!
And
Kia!
she just looked like a dipshit.
She looked like a dipshit.
I could do that. I mean, just like, it was all loosey-goosey and weird until she got to the split part, and then
It
I
was
was
sloppy.
like...
It was quite sloppy.
It was sloppy. But I loved it because I was like, and you're supposed to be the Chuck Norris.
Of this.
Yeah, no, you're not.
Best in the world at this.
But your splits are pretty cool looking.
Well, I'm going to award my favorite fight scene to the packing peanut scene. I loved that fight scene. I actually was on the edge of my seat in excitement. I thought that was the end of the movie.
I did
Because
too.
of the end fight scene business, I was like, there's no way that there could be a better fight scene than this. And it turns out I didn't think that there was.
No.
Other than the fact that Stingray died the way he did. That was pretty sweet. But, yeah, I loved that fight scene. It was fucking crazy. It was great. Like, a man versus a woman. Actually, a man versus two women.
Yeah.
Like, this is the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen. And they're just kicking the shit out of each other.
And that was, I think, it spoke to how badass and evil, how tough a bad guy he was, is that there wasn't one person in the movie that could take Stingray on by themselves.
Exactly.
He had to be double teamed.
I think that's why he should come back. I don't think Stingray is dead.
Well, that's why the movie is called Undefeatable.
He is undefeatable. Absolutely. And I want to see part 2. Recommendations.
Yes.
Yes!
Yeah? Alright. Well, that was easy. I'll also recommend it. I'm gonna caveat this. I'm a little disappointed with
I was
it.
a little disappointed. The middle section was dry.
Yeah.
But I loved it.
I thought that this was going to be Hall of Fame. And it's not. It is. I don't even think it gets honorable mention.
No.
I think it's a good, bad movie.
It's fun.
But
It's a good time. I mean, it's much better than half of the shit we watch.
I think the praise for it is a little high.
Mm-hmm.
So
I really liked it.
I also really liked it. There's a lot of 10s out of 10s from bad movie people.
I don't know about that.
I don't think it's
this
a 10.
I think this is a 7 on the bad movie scale. 7 out of 10.
I was going to give it like an 8.
Yeah.
It was more like a 6.5, maybe 7.
Yeah, somewhere in there. All right, well, there you go. There's your episode. We will see you next week. In the meantime, get to the chopper. And watch out for Don Neum. Visit us at www.stinkermadness.com. Follow Stinker Madness on Twitter at Stinker Madness. Please rate and review us on iTunes and Stitcher. Thank you for listening, and get to the chopper.